we've already been doing algebra. You know, anytime you see a problem like x plus 2 equals 3, because there's an x in there, that's algebra.
That's so cool.
Okay?
Yeah, A is gonna have fun.
So what is the answer to x there? What plus 2 is 3? 1. 1, and you always do the opposite. So that's what we're going to be working on today in the skills maintenance, because that's stuff we've already done. So here, Madison, you see a plus 7.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of a plus 7?
-7.
Minus 7. And I get x equals?
-7. Or 24.
Minus 7.
24 minus 7
Yes.
equals 17.
17. That is correct. And then you can always double check. You want to know if you got the answer right, Caleb? You want 100%? You do 17 plus 7, and it better be 24. Plug it back in to check it. Question number 2. What sign do you see, Landon, after the W, the variable?
I'm just really confused.
You can't see a sign after the W?
No.
Kira, help him out.
No, it's just one, like.
Kira,
What?
what sign do you see after the W?
A minus.
A minus. Thank you. That's all that I was asking, Landon.
No, I was just.
The sign is a minus. The opposite of minus is
An addition. So
adding. So the opposite of subtracting 3 would be adding 3. What is negative 2 plus 3?
5. No, 1.
1. Again, you can double check it. Plug it back in. 1 minus 3 better be negative 2. Stop snapping that. Question 3. Madison,
yeah.
what are we doing right here?
You.
When it's written right next to the variable, what operation are we doing?
Addition.
Nope.
You're doing a subtraction.
Nope.
Multiply.
You are multiplying. This is just the one I just told you to fix. What is the opposite of multiplying by negative 3?
Dividing.
Divide by negative 3. What is 24 divided by negative 3?
8.
Nope.
-8.
Negative 8.
Same thing.
Again, we can double check that. Negative 3 times negative 8 is 24. Landon, what operation are we doing here to y?
4 divided by.
You're multiplying there. 4 times y. The opposite of multiplying, yes, is division. So what is 36 divided by 4?
6.
Nope.
No, 8.
Nope.
9.
9. Again, you can double check it. 4 times 9 is 36. Next page, directions. Caleb, would you read them, please, under activity 1?
Look at the apparel pairs of
Equations.
equations. There is a
Slight.
slight difference in each of circles. The parts that are different.
All right, so pretty simple. So there's one thing different in each equation. All we gotta do is circle. So what do you see different between the first two?
-3 and 3.
Good. Second one, Landon, see any difference?
Negative 3x and 3x.
I don't see a negative 3x.
3x. And
Oh, you're looking at number 3.
no,
How about number 2, Kira? See anything different?
X and plus X.
Yeah, the minus x and plus x. And the last one? Madison, see a difference?
The negative 5 and 5.
Yeah. Now, do you think those things would drastically affect your answer?
Yes.
Yes, they would. Those signs are super important. Activity 2 here says there's a slight difference between the two. Solve each and be ready to compare and discuss the answers. So again, first, what's different?
Negative or 3x and negative 3x.
All right, now I'm going to solve both. And we're going to see how it affects our answer. So the first one, like terms, 3x minus x plus 2x. So 3 minus 1 plus 2.
6x.
3 minus 1
Oh, 4x.
plus 2. So I get 4x equals 8. I got to divide by 4, so that means x is 2. Now, how does it change if I have a negative 3x? Well, negative 3x minus x would be negative 4x plus 2x. So what's negative 4x plus 2x?
Negative 2.
Negative 2x. I'm going to divide by negative 2, and I get x equals 8 divided by negative 2 is
Negative 4.
negative 4. Obviously, big difference in your answers. Number 2, what's different?
The negative 5 and
Negative 5 and positive 5. So let's again look at the left one. What's negative 5 minus another 7? 2 negatives.
2.
So that means you're going to get more negatives. You're $5 in debt and you spend another 7. How much are you in debt?
12.
You're in debt 12. Landon, opposite of a minus 12? Opposite of a minus 12 is 6. Is plus 12. 24 plus 12?
36.
Good. One on the right. Kira, you have $5 and you spend 7.
Negative 2.
Absolutely. Good. Caleb, opposite of a minus 2.
Opposite of minus 2. Plus 2.
Plus 24 plus 2. 26. Again, look how it affected our answer. Last one. Anybody see anything different on the last one?
The negative 1 and 1.
Yep. All right, so let's look at the left one. Landon.
Yep.
Minus 17 and a positive 17. What's that equal?
0.
0, so we can just get rid of them. So I got x minus 1 equals 2. Opposite of a minus 1?
Positive 1.
Add 1. So 2 plus 1?
3.
Second one, again, we have the same minus 17 and plus 17. They cancel out. That's 0. So I have x plus 1 equals 2. Opposite of a plus 1?
Negative 1.
X equals 1. That is correct.
What was the goal in 20?
All right, you can put that away for now. Got 3 problems to discuss. And I'm going to give you a little hints on how to solve them.
Is this the homework?
It's notes. Yes.
All right. You are going to have a couple of these on your assignment today. Same thing we've done, excuse me, but it's a word problem. So let's just read that through. Directions to determine what an unknown is. Assign a letter for it. And then set up and solve an equation. So Dylan and his family live in a small town about 100 miles from Fargo. His family lived there for more than 70 years. His grandparents live close by. He is 3 times as old as his little sister, Paige, +1. Dylan's just learning how to play the guitar. His birthday was last week. He turned 10 years old. How old was Paige? Now, the key to these is there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. That they're throwing these things in there that are there to just say, oh, do I need to use that number or not?
It's just 10
Okay.
plus 1.
So let's look and cross out the stuff that's not important to this problem. Do you see anything that's not important?
170.
Yeah, that Dylan lives in a small town about 100 miles from Fargo. Cross that out. It doesn't even matter. Do you need to know how long they lived there?
No.
No, cross it out. Do you care that he's learning how to play the guitar?
No.
No. Birthday was last week? Doesn't matter. All right. Now you're left with 2 sentences. He is 3 times as old as little sister Paige +1. He turned 10 years old. How old is Paige? So I need a variable, a letter to represent Paige's age. X. Sure, write that. X represents Paige's age. That's the first thing you're going to have to do for all these problems. Some people might prefer P for Paige. All right, so how do I write 3 times as old +1? Do you know how old Paige is?
No.
Nope. So how do I write 3 times this?
3 times x
3x. How do I show +1?
plus 1.
+1. And how old is the little brother?
10.
So there is your equation. Now how do you solve it?
Where does the 3 come from?
3 times. He is 3 times as old. Right there. All right, whenever you do these problems, we're not going to touch this, but we got to do the opposite of that guy. What's the opposite of +1?
-1.
Subtract 1. 10 minus 1 is
9.
opposite of multiplying by 3.
Dividing.
9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3.
3.
So that means Paige is 3 years old. Question number 2. Hector likes to collect old cars and fix them up. Some of his cars are from 1970s. He's got a black truck that is 12 times as old as a sports car that he drives around every day. Pickup's pretty beat up, got a lot of dents. Sports car is in pretty good condition. It's only 3 years old. How old is Hector's pickup? So again, what information does not matter to this problem? Let's get rid of it.
Hector likes to collect.
Yep. Do you care that they're from the 1970s?
No.
Next one seems pretty important. Doesn't matter that he drives them every day. You can cross that out. Do you care that the pickup's beat up?
No.
No. Car's in good condition, does that matter? No. So not much left again, 2 sentences. All right, so how old is Hector's pickup? So I need a letter to represent Hector's pickup.
T. Truck.
T for Hector's truck. All right, how old is Hector's truck? His truck is 12 times as old as a car. Okay, so his truck is 12 times as old as the car. Do you know how old the car is?
No.
3 years old.
Car is 3 years old. Do I need to do any rearranging here? Or can I just multiply?
Multiply.
Let's multiply. How old's the truck?
36 years old.
36 years old. Last and final question. Mr. Williams and his wife have 3 children. Each child was born 2 years apart. Mr. Williams is twice as old as his son Brian, plus 13. Gene is the youngest and still in elementary. Brian is in high school, loves to play baseball. How old is Brian if his dad is 51 years old? So it's asking me how old Brian is, so I need a letter to represent Brian.
B.
B for Brian's age. All right. So also it says Brian is in high school, so make sure our answer probably needs to be, can't be like 54, right? Mr. Williams and his wife have 3 kids. Does that matter? No. The kids are all 2 years apart. Doesn't matter. Mr. Williams is twice as old as his son Brian, plus 13. Guessing that's important. Gina's the youngest. We don't care about Gina's age at this point. Still in elementary school. Don't really care about that either. Brian is in high school. Loves to play football. That doesn't matter. Or baseball. That doesn't matter. High school probably does, so you know that the age needs to be appropriate for a high school kid. All right, so what do we know? How do I write Mr. Williams is twice as old as his son Brian plus 13? So how do I write twice as old as Brian? Brian's is B. How do I write twice as old?
B to
Yep, 2B. How do I show plus 13, Landon?
plus
Plus
13.
14.
Okay, but it's 13.
That's
And how old is his dad?
41.
41. Now, again, how do you solve that?
The minus.
Minus 13. What's 41 minus 13?
Maybe like 12 or something.
Not 12.
13.
Not 13.
14.
Nope.
Like
16.
17.
Nope.
18.
20. 28.
28. Okay, that's 2B. How do I get rid of the 2? How do I get rid of the 2?
Divide.
Divide by 2. So B equals? Half of 28.
14.
So Brian is 14 years old. Can you be in high school at 14?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's certainly reasonable. All right, a couple things I want to discuss on your homework then. Hang on to this paper, it will come in handy for a couple of those problems. First couple here, circle where they are different. So you're just looking for what's different. What's different? What's different? Same thing for activity 2. What's different? What's different? What's different? Don't even have to solve.
That's easy.
Question number 3, this is just what we did. You have 2 of those to do.
That's not easy.
And then there's only 6 on the back.
That's easy.
Remember, 2 negatives make a positive. Be careful on these. We were struggling with
Asia,
proportions.
how's Corona?